From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Hello everyone, Mike Kruger. Good afternoon to you. Please forgive me. I am in Baja, Mexico, and there are a lot of dogs in the neighborhood, and of course they like to bark whenever people walk by. So you may hear some dogs every once in a while, but put that out in the kind of in the background and we should be okay. All right, let's take a look at your weather headlines. It's going to be a very hot start to the work week. There's just no doubt about that. Temperatures over 100 degrees for the valley, 90s for the mountains, but we do have a cooling trend. There'll give you some cooler weather in store for us by the end of the week. And not to mention, especially going into the weekend. Now, there will be the potential for some afternoon thunderstorms in places like Modoc County, the eastern mountains like Lassen County, and not to mention into eastern portions of Plumas County as well. But for the coast, you're talking about continued cool with periods of fog, and of course, that's just going to be pretty much standard here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on here with your neighborhood forecast throughout the day today. And still a bit hazy in some spots here. I do expect to see a chance for afternoon thunderstorms, as I mentioned, for Modoc County and the eastern mountains. And yes, very hot in the valley. Temperatures between 105 and even upwards of 110 degrees. So let's take a look at the winds. Now, I'm not so much concerned about the winds today or tomorrow. Your standard afternoon winds picking up a bit on the breezy side. Now, I am a little concerned on Wednesday because the winds will be picking up in particular for the eastern mountains. Could see gusts upwards around 30, probably even closer to 35 miles per hour. That includes the valley. This is going to elevate our fire danger over the next few days. Now today, again, pretty standard, pretty typical. Your typical fire weather risk that we've seen here so far for this season. But now as those winds begin to pick up, especially the north end of the valley for Tuesday, look at what's happening. We're getting more in those deeper reds and even deeper reds going into your Wednesday for the valley, but even in the mountains, central Siskiyou County, Modoc County, Lassen, even eastern Plumas County, getting in some of the high and getting close to some of the extreme fire danger as well. Again, that is due to the fact that those winds are picking up, especially for your Wednesday. As I mentioned, there is a potential for some afternoon thunderstorms today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, but notice where most of it is. It's mainly over Nevada. In fact, that's where I think the bulk of the thunderstorm activity will be over the next several days. But we can't rule out some of those just kind of extending just over that state line into parts of Modoc County and Lassen County as well. Otherwise, it should remain dry. And I don't expect a lot of thunderstorm activity out there today, but we can't rule that out. Dry lightning would, of course, be the biggest concern with that. Now, the heat, it's going to stick around for the next couple of days. I think the peak will be tomorrow, and then we'll start the drop on Wednesday, but a bigger drop going into the end of the week. That's all thanks to the area of low pressure riding to our north over Canada, pushing that heat off to our east. Now, the coolest will be over the weekend, and then by early next week, that high pressure, well, unfortunately, is going to build back over us, and that's going to mean those hot temperatures once again, but not as hot as what we're seeing here for today, tomorrow, and even into your Wednesday. So here's what it looks like for today. Yes, hot temperatures, 105 to 110 on average for the valley, mainly 90s for the higher elevations, but places like Susanville, upwards of 100 degrees, and I think we could see about 100 degrees for Bernie as well. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s, still a bit hazy, especially for Siskiyou, Modoc County, northern Trinity County as well. And take a look at your 7-day outlook, and there, of course, you can see those temperatures are going to start to drop. And in fact, as I mentioned, low to mid 90s for the valley by Saturday and Sunday. How about the coast? Well, of course, no big changes there, low to mid 60s, but I do expect a cooling trend for the inland areas, and not to mention for Trinity County as well. Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and Lassen County. Now, we don't have thunderstorms in the forecast for Mount Shasta or Siskiyou County in general. It's mainly eastern Modoc County and eastern Lassen County. Places like Susanville, maybe Chester, Alturas, maybe even as far west as Bernie could see a stray thunderstorm over the next few days. But I would say it's going to be drier than it will be wet as we go in the next 3 days. Chances for thunderstorms will mainly be off into the higher elevations east of the state line into Nevada. Have yourselves a great afternoon.
When it's more than just your lawn, it deserves the Kubota Z400. When you need a head-turning offer on class-leading speed, agility, durability, simple deck height adjustments, and a professional grade cut, then you need the Kubota Z400 mower. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 48 months or save $300.
Tractors, trailers, rentals.
You do it all, we do it local.